Hello, YouTube community. This is Mr. White Wolf. I'm coming to you today. I'm going to apologize if I seem a little bit scrambled. I'm recovering from an intersection bowel surgery, so I'm 2 weeks in now, and I'm coming around and starting to feel stronger. And I have some workings that I wanted to share. Plus, it's good for me to get up and move and be positive and actually do my magical workings. So I thought I'd do a really quick video. I apologize if it's a little rough, but here we go. So I wanted to share with you some of the stuff that I've been doing. I decided that this year I'm actually doing a witchy project, and I have to grow an herb or a plant this year from seed, and document how I'm working with it, the correspondence, and how I'm working my magic into it. So I had a number of rue seeds that were gifted to me from a fellow witch, and I had put them in. I'm going to show you as an example with some other seeds. I put them in a plastic bag with some wet paper towel. Now this isn't rue, this is squash. But anyhow, I'm reusing the bags. It was rue. I had put them in a plastic bag with some wet paper towel. When I saw that the seeds were softening and a tiny shoot was coming out, I decided at that point I was going to put them in earth. Now, of course, you can see the earth that I have is seed starting earth, potting soil. So I had put them in that. And I had mixed in some moon water that I had collected. And of course, I had made sure that I planted these in a water sign, because it's better for planting whenever you're planting in a water sign. It's good for seeds. And then I had put them in my planter here that kind of keeps humidity in and allows your seedlings to start off without being burnt or dried out, which is exactly what they need. Now, I had also put a couple of stones in there, as you can see. One of them is jade, but one of them is milky quartz, and another one is another piece of milky quartz with some granite that I had found on a hike one day. So those, of course, they have a significance to me, and I wanted them to be in with my magical plants. Right now, I've got some rowan in here, and it's slow, but that's okay. It can take as long as it wants to, but I'm still waiting for the rowan to kind of come. When I had planted these seeds, or even when I put them in the plastic bag, I had done a number of incantations over them. I had told the rue and the rowan what I wanted to work with them for. For example, rue is good for anxiety. It's good for a number of things. It's good for witches to work with rue. You'll see that a lot of witches have rue. Here's my little cheat book. It's great to have great correspondence books, and this is actually the complete book of correspondences. It's got a lot of information here. I don't know if I would say it's complete, but it's close enough. For example, I'll get into some of these vegetables, and it's not complete for vegetables. I don't think there's any vegetables in here, but anyway. So as you can see, for rue, I'm going to try to stay still so you could read this. It's good to calm emotions. It's good for clarity. It's good for divination. It's good for harmony. It's good for breaking or protecting against hexes. It's good for mental power, purification, emotional purification, relationships, witches and witchcraft, and a number of other things. Now, when I put this in my planter, I'm going to put probably 4 of these seeds into like an 18-inch planter, something like this one, and I might actually paint it like I did this one and put some Mod Podge on it. I'm going to give half of these away to a friend of mine who has a lot of anxiety, so I think it would be helpful for her. But in the correspondences here, the elements for rue is fire. The tarot is tower. The god is Mars. Energy, see the zodiac signs, there's all kinds of interesting information. I could paint any one of these things on the side of my clay pot to make it that much more of a correspondence, and hopefully to give it a little bit more oomph. And also it would mean something to me, especially the tower, and especially fire. Like I could put the alchemical sign for fire on my clay pot, or I could try to draw the tarot, the tower card. When you think of it, the Tower card is a very emotional card. And we have a lot of emotions in this house from time to time. As you know from some of my previous videos, my daughter suffers from mental illness and she's got some anxiety, so anything can help. So as I've been recovering, I've been putting some energy into my roux. I've been drawing the pentacles, going right down to the earth first, and generating energy, telling it, asking it for it to be healthy, and telling it what I want to work with it, what things I want to do, what I want to accomplish. So anyhow, so that's my workings right now with this roux. And I'm sacrificing a little bit of energy, but I mean, it's give and take. You don't just get from this world. Well, at least I don't. There's give and take with everything. So you might have to put a little bit of energy into your plants in order to get what you want out of it. And that's completely okay. So also, I've started a little, who else loves these composition books? I love them. I can't have enough of them. Anyway, I just started a little correspondence book of my own because as I said, this book doesn't have everything. And I want to grow a lot of things this year, and I want to put in what the correspondence is for sunflower, what the tomato is, what the cucumber is, what the lettuce is. But anyhow, a couple that I've looked at, and I got to actually do something with these, is squash and pumpkin. I'm trying to make this quick. My phone's going to die. So I've done the same thing, as you can see. These are ready to go. I'm going to get my husband to put these in the ground because they're shooting out all over the place. I got to put them deep in the ground so that they'll be healthy and they'll be okay. But I've started to do my own magical correspondence book for pumpkin, and pumpkin's good for granting wishes, love, prosperity, fertilization, protection. Pardon my messy handwriting. Harmony, comfort, and that's the biggest thing that I'm using it for. Health, earth energy. It's associated with lunar deities. Main goddesses are of water and the moon. Well, one of my main goddesses is Artemis, so we're going to work together with the pumpkin. But it has lots of magical medicinal properties too. It's good for digestive aid, helps blood glucose levels, reduces cholesterol. It's a diuretic. It helps ease ulcers, prevents kidney stones, all kinds of things. But I want to work with it in Samhain. Now these are pumpkin pie seeds, so I'm going to be cooking with these. It's not the same as your pumpkin that you're going to decorate to keep away evil spirits, whenever you're doing all your divination work, when the veil is very thin, which is exactly when you should have like a scary pumpkin jack-o'-lantern on your front step to keep evil spirits away, because the veil is very thin. If you're going to be working with something, you have to make sure you have those wards and those protections up. Next thing, butternut squash. It's good for cleansing, grounding, comfort, sustenance, earth energy, spirituality, and healing. Of course, I'm still adding to this, and I'm going to add to it every time I start some work on a new seed. But anyway, I know it's real quick, but I wanted to get on here. I think it was important. It's actually helps me get back into the swing of things. I have a 7-inch incision, and I had 25 staples, so it's good for me to keep moving, and it's good for my brain because, man, oh man, once you've been under with an anesthetic, it's taken a while to get back into the swing of things. So I'm glad to be here, and I hope that somebody finds this useful. And if there's anyone watching that has anything special that they like to work with for any specific reasons, because of course, correspondences could be different for everyone, please share, or let me know. Share on this page, or if you have a channel of your own, let me know so I can watch yours, because I love learning, especially from other witches. So many blessings to everybody. I hope everyone's having a great Sunday, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye now.